interesting year, and I hope you're all fit and well and got lots of snacks and nibbles and drinks and whatever else is essential for New Year's Eve at home, because hopefully everyone's at home and not being irresponsible and doing stuff and spreading, it's 2020 stuff. Anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you're all well. Well, has everyone had a good day? I've had an interesting day, trying to resurrect an old laptop so my son can have it, put a little SSD drive in it, because I spent a while determining that the hard drive was broken, so I got a new hard drive, then discovered it was actually the hard drive controller that was broken. So that was a day well spent on an ancient MacBook Pro, which is still broken. Well, right, first of all, hello, hope everyone's okay. Dropped a pen. It's a bit frosty today. I was going to go do some work on the car. I planned to do a video tidying up the Alpha 145 today. Obviously, it's been off the road for about a year. Hello, Mark. Hello, James. It's been off the road for about a year. It hasn't been washed since last November, so it's looking pretty grubby. But yeah, there's a few things I need to touch up and sort out. Hey, Paul. Hello, Davey. You all right? James, good evening. Mark. Yeah, but unfortunately, it was so thick with frost, even at lunchtime, that any chance of washing and polishing that car, forget it. Hello, fix, drive, fly, right. One day I'll get it right. Happy New Year, Jared. Hello. Wow. So what's everyone else been up to? Any tinkering in the garage today, or is it too cold where you are as well? The other job I had planned today was going out into the garage and doing some more work on the Rover V8, but it's just too cold to touch the engine parts. Has it snowed down my way? No, apparently in North Kent it snowed. I saw some photos up in Sheppey, but -2 all day in Robin Hood County. It was 0 at lunchtime here today. I think it was about -1. I actually did go out and do some stuff on the tip run. Oh, exciting. I did start up the W123 Mercedes because I realised that it only had sort of mostly water in the radiator. I couldn't fully drain the thing, so I had to run it, put fresh antifreeze in it, and just run it till the water pump started. Or the thermostat opened, which is an annoyance of all the neighbours. E-bike ride. That's very energetic of you. And Happy New Year to her. It was -3 in Huddersfield. Backyard space program. That sounds like quite fun. Stephen, thank you, and all the best for you for next year. So, fixed drive ride. What were you waiting for? What parts were you after today? What was the exciting package you were waiting for? So it seems to be the night for a flurry of snow at Edinburgh. I thought you were knee deep up there by now. Oh, all gone by then. At least you got the car out of it. Hello, Jonathan. Hello. Oh, Jacob, that's very nice of you to say. Now, I've got this turned up loud enough, because last time I didn't have it turned up very loud. This might improve the volume situation. Have I suddenly got louder? Maxidine, good evening. Alex, hello. Peter, hello. Good evening, Mr. Joseph. How are you? The point is, rather unexcitingly, Sainsbury's own American-style IPA, because although we bought a load of interesting ones for Christmas, none of them were in the fridge. So I quickly ran out and grabbed what was the only chilled one. So, yeah, not that exciting. I was going to get an exciting whiskey, but I thought we might be going along a bit too long for a single whiskey. Power steering section for a bongo. Oh, you've got a Mazda Bongo Friendly, haven't you? I keep forgetting that. Mazda Bongo Friendlies are in the top 10 best-named cars ever. Question. What cars do I look to buy in the new year? Have I ever considered a Mazda 929? Yours in particular. I hadn't considered buying a Mazda 929. I'm still hoping to pick up a pre-war something, and I really still want to get myself a Crown Victoria, maybe a Saab. And I'd really like to get a Rover 25 bubble. I'm sorry, not 25, an early Rover 200 bubble. That'd be nice to make it into the collection. David Muffin, good evening. Hello. Nothing wrong with American IPAs, but it's just the Sainsbury's own brand one. It's still quite nice though. Good evening, Jimmy and Robert. How are you? Happy New Year to all. I was saying, in case anyone was new to these malarkey things, some of the people in the chat you will see have got a little either Furious Driving or car brand logo next to their name. That means they're a channel member. That means when they put a message up or a comment up, I see it more quickly because it's flagged up more clearly on my screen in a brighter colour. So if you look at the link below, if you have something you really want to say, hit the channel membership button, and then you can shout at me more. Basically putting your hand up higher than everyone else's. I'm getting on with the convertible. Yes, actually quite well. It's kind of at the point where it's almost ready to go for an MOT. I think I probably will take it for an MOT next week, maybe, if I can get it booked in. So that's looking really well. Davey, Scottish Car TV. Yeah, there is a Crown Vic in Essex. I was actually scheduled or planning to do a video on that car at the beginning of the year. Actually, back in March, I'd spoken to the owner and we were sort of planning on doing it. But I might still do that car because that is an NYPD liveried car and it's got all the equipment on it. And if I get onto an airfield somewhere, we can drive it around with the sirens on and the lights and everything, and that'd be quite fun. Do I regret getting the convertible? No, it's a nice car and I'm glad I've saved it. Because so few of them left. I mean, it's been a bit of a a hassle doing it. It's probably cost more than it really should have done, but you know, it's here now and it's saved. Hello from Aberdeen. Will I be doing the unthinkable and acquiring a car that requires little to no maintenance in 2021? I've already got one, the Mercedes W or S204, the C class. That has basically had an oil change, brake pads, and one rubber bush changed in all of 2020. So, 1985 1985 BMW 520i. That would be an E34, wouldn't it? That'd be a good car to have, actually. Have I done a test drive on a Bristol? I've been to near Bristol, but I haven't driven a Bristol. No, I need to find someone who's got some Bristol cars, actually. That'd be quite fun. Hello, Kev, how are you? What's happening with the Rover 2000? Not a lot at the moment. I'm waiting for some not gritted roads to take it out at last. Hopefully that'll be nice to take out very soon. Selling the Volvo 2021? We're not planning on it. I want to do some road trips and things in it first, but ultimately, I don't know. Hello, Dudley. That's the town, not the person. Happy New Year, Stephen. E28, yes, I think it would be E28 in 1985, wouldn't it? I've got a group business policy. Someone's asking, what do I do for insurance? I've got a group business policy, which means I can drive any car for business, any car that's insured by the owner. I can also drive as long as it's road legal. I can jump in and drive it as well. But I'm looking to upgrade to or get a trade policy maybe next year, which would make life a bit easier. 145 is doing good. I was just saying at the very beginning, I was going to go and wash it and polish it and things today, sort out stone chips. I did the interior of it, but it was still frosty after lunchtime, so there's no chance of getting the jet wash out. All right, Marcus found my channel and bought the Rover 220. Happy New Year, Paul. Jason, how are you? Happy New Year. Hope you're well. Do you think it's sad that 1990s four-seater convertibles are considered worth saving? Well, yeah, it's not a common car shape ever really, or certainly not at the moment. So yeah, they're definitely an interesting car to save. They are a rare rarity. Would I buy a Volvo 240? I would if I could afford one. The prices have just gone ridiculous recently. I mean, £10,000 seems to be the going rate for a nice tidy one these days. And linked question, have I seen the price of old Datsuns? Yeah, they've gone the same way. A couple of years ago, I nearly bought a Datsun, would it be a 180 estate? It was orange, I remember that much. It was beautiful, really nice little 1979 or 80 car. Lovely car, drove really nicely, but only £2,000 or £3,000 at the time, but that'd be like a 10 grand car now. And it wasn't that long ago. Oh, right, Mark III Cortina video I made a few years ago. That's before I used to talk on the channel and just stuck GoPros on and drove them. It was right to drive actually. Yeah, it wasn't earth-shatteringly amazing, but it was a nice car to drive. I need to get another one so I can sort of talk my way through it. Another person. Hello, Tom. Gosh, we've got plenty of people here tonight. What do I think about the Fiesta RS 1800? Are you going to go and drive one next week? Oh, check out Scottish Car TV. That'd be quite fun. They're manic little cars, really, aren't they? Because nice little handling car to start with. Typical Ford in that it's quite light and not particularly sort of solid feeling, but nice light controls, good direct steering, nice suspension. So with the RS 1800, that's a nice little rocket. Hello, Mr. Shadow. Oh, Paulie. Do I like the Sogoda Superb Mark II review by Mr. Lloyd? Have I watched that one yet? I don't think I've watched that yet. I've watched a bit of of Lloyd Vehicle Consulting recently, but I don't think I've actually seen that Skoda yet. They're nice cars though. Sorry, I'm just reading back to the messages. Oh yeah, lots more videos hopefully coming in the coming weeks. I've just been editing tomorrow's video this evening for tomorrow. Been an interesting one. It'll take the tally of cars driven up a couple more. What do I make of the MG ZT with the Mustang V8? Oh, it's a wonderful car. It's absolutely nuts that they spent so much money developing it when they needed really to replace the 25 and 45 with medium-sized cars, and they had two ridiculous halo cars going on at the same time, the V8 75 and also the MG SV. But no, it's a great car. It needs a bit more power, but it's really tunable engines, so if you get one now, they're a great car to get because they are lots of fun for not a huge amount of money, and you get that Mustang engine and rear-wheel drive. So I keep losing my place on the iPad. Back up. Oh, space shuttle. You're building a space shuttle. I've missed a bit of conversation here. Is that a Saturn V rocket or am I? That is a Saturn V. That is the Lego Saturn V, complete with tiny astronauts. There you go. The Eagle has landed on my desk. Oops. That's bookmarked by my iconic American police car collection. The Crown Vic and the Caprice. Oh, Mark, thank you very much indeed. Hello, Elliot, and happy birthday. Wow, that's a cool birthday to have. Thank you very much indeed. That was the green thing there. That's a super chat. People can sort of buy a cup of tea for their garage for keeping me warm in the winter time. Did everyone see that George and Super Classic Motoring has just uploaded? I saw it just a few minutes before it came online. He's got his back on his Esprit. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Oh, sorry, Hooked on Classics. Oh, you've got a Mark III Cortina. Ah, yes, that one was actually immaculate. That was from someone's big collection, and it was a really, really nice car. Oh, Amazons and Saab Sonnets, those are fun old things. Saab Sonnets are a bit of a wacky thing, but yeah, quite cool, aren't they? I missed my 1967 Volvo 142, baby blue with power steering. Do you know, I think there's a die-cast model company doing a model of that now. Probably not your actual car, but... Have I ever driven an FSO Polaris? No, I haven't. I'd really like to, just to see what it was like. Yeah, I've not really driven a lot of Eastern Bloc stuff, so that would be quite cool to do. My first car when I was 19 was a 1994 Skoda Favourite Estate. Have I reviewed one of those? No, I haven't. No, I've driven a couple of Skodas on the channel, but not a Favourite of any variety, never mind Estate or not. So yeah, I need to correct that. I want to do the Estelles as well, and the rear engine stuff. That'd be quite cool. Gosh, I've had Seat Toledo since 2004. Wow, holy Toledo. They were good cars. They're very underrated. They're quite under the radar cars. They don't have a lot of kind of visual presence, but they're very, very good and very practical. My taxi drivers used to love them. Could look into getting some older Subarus that goes for a drive. Yeah, I'd love to actually. Yeah, yeah. I was trying to find a Brat actually over the weekend, but just trying to get to them at the moment because obviously we're in Tier 4 here at the minute, so you can travel for work, but it's a bit awkward. Yeah, Saturn V5, the most powerful machine ever made. Yeah, that is true. Get an Alpha 166 on the show. Yes, I do need to actually. Yes. Most powerful vehicle apart from a Volvo. That's safest vehicle. Saturn V is less safe than a Volvo. Hello Frank, how are you? Hope you're well. First drive of 2020 was actually recorded about 2 months ago. That's going to go out probably next Friday unless I can find a Modern Monday over the weekend. But the next drive, actually no, sorry, no. The first drive of 2020 is tomorrow, isn't it? I was thinking it's next Friday. So the first drive of tomorrow, the only drive of tomorrow, is a twin test for a change. It's a bit unusual one that was recorded a couple of weeks ago. That's just been edited, it's uploading in the background as we speak. So that'll be hopefully be quite a fun one for everybody. Hello, John. Oh, how are you? Alpha Sards can rust, but the good ones are astonishing. I've scrapped a car that's now worth a fortune. I've sold for peanuts cars that are worth a lot. I've sold a Range Rover Classic for £800 and sold a BMW 30 for £600. I've scrapped a Mark II Escort. Oh, James, hello. Thank you very much indeed. £5 for the T Fund. Yeah, so glad the Alpha's returned. I am very glad as well. The only problem now is I've got to find somewhere to park it. But yeah, that's great to have that car back. I love that car. Hello, wife of Peugeot Dude and son. Hello, son of Peugeot Dude as well. I suppose hello, Peugeot Dude too. Okay. The full set. It says at the beginning of a joke, what does a Lexus IS 220D share with an Avensis? I don't know, does it walk into a bar as well? Oh, someone's just joined as a member. I can't see who that is. Oh, David, hello, welcome to becoming a Furious driver. Happy New Year. Got a Nissan Qashqai this year. Sold a Fiesta to get a Qashqai. That's a different feel of a car. Reviewing the Manta GTE, we'll find out soon. Oh, hello. Reza, you got a 166. Where are you? But I do potentially have a 166 lined up, but it's not local. But I would love to drive it. It's a beautiful one. Any purchases planned for 2021? Saving up for a W140. Ooh, an S500. Oh, that'd be nice. Do you know what? I did take some photos of a V12 coupe, the W140 coupe. It was a fantastic car. Just hearing it start up was amazing. So I was kind of tempted by that, but ooh. So the number of VW T2s I've parted. Oh god, you're sitting on a fortune there. Hello, John Blue Nose. How are you? All well here? First driver 2020 should be 2021. I'm starting the year over. I'm going to do a better take at it. Hello, Elliot, and it's you. It's been an interesting year of content. It's amazing we've managed to achieve as much as we have, considering you can't go anywhere and do much for a lot of the time. Hello, Edward, fellow W204 driver. A happy and relaxed person knowing your car will always start and always get where you want to go. Oh, Perodua Calissa. I'd love to drive a Perodua Calissa on the channel, just to say that. I don't know if it's there's 1 litre 3 cylinder, as you say, but I don't know if it's Daihatsu or not, actually. It might well be. Oh, John, thank you very much indeed. Appreciate that. Hello, and hope the Golf is running well still. That's John R, who's just chucked £5 in the kitty for the T Fund. He owned the Golf R estate we had on the reviews a few weeks ago. Looking forward to the Santa Pod challenge to return. Yeah, me too. Let's hope we can do it. We can't plan anything at the moment though, because we just don't know. We don't know when Santa Pod is going to be open yet. So that's a car purchase that may have to happen. Yeah, is there someone else who got the same regret as me, selling a 156 JTD 2.4? I had the Lusso version and I adored that car. Have I thought of buying a small Honda generator for using the garage down the road? I hadn't thought of buying an old Honda generator. I had thought of buying just a classic Honda generator for the sake of it, but yes, that would be a really good idea to have it in the lockup or down the road. That would make a lot of sense, actually. Where can you find a 605? They were thin on the ground, new LNO. God, if I wish I knew. I'd say set up a fixed search on eBay or Marketplace, and hopefully one would turn up eventually. But they are, yeah, super rare. Work on the convertible has been entertaining. It's been ups and downs. Here's what it's been. Richard, hello. Yeah, pretty nice Christmas here at home. And yeah, well, this is New Year. The fireworks are already going off outside and getting the dogs barking. What should you do if you find 3 Porsche Cayenne owners buried to the neck in the cement. Get more. Oh, it's harsh. Lloyd Vehicle Consulting, you know the 166. I mean, you've not driven that 166 yet, have you, Joseph? Or have you? I can't remember. You've driven a lot of cars this year. Paul, hello, how are you? Buy an old Civic Type R and use it as a mobile generator. Ha. Yeah, Peugeot 308 HDIs are super efficient. Is it reliable? Because that generation isn't always the toughest built, if you know what I mean. Where can I get a Mercedes W202 grille with logo? Actually, if you're after a reproduction one, try Amazon. There's a lot on Amazon of the AMG and the Classic and all those kind of things. Used to be a 505 GTI sat on the North Circular Road. There used to be a lot of really cool cars sat on the North and South Circular Roads. They all seem to be gradually disappearing. What do I think of the Ford Land Rover era Range Rovers? That'd be what is that P38 or is that the one after that? They look nice, but the reliability is just terrifying. And nice and comfortable. They're great off-road. They really are fantastic, cheap off-roaders if you want to actually go and barrel something to a field or a forest. Oh, Happy New Year from New Zealand. You're in 2021 already, aren't you? Am I going to go and try and get a single unit to have the fleet together in 2021? Yeah, I would absolutely love to. I don't know if you watched JR Go, and he just recently, in the last couple of weeks, got that massive warehouse in somewhere near Kansas. The thing is, the cost of property here in southeast England is astonishing. He revealed the price of it and the exchange rate and things. It will basically buy you a double lock-up garage, the price he paid for that massive warehouse down here. So yeah, if I can find something that I can afford, I absolutely will. I've kind of got my ears open, but if I can find one, it's cheap champagne. That's why it's so dark. What happened to the Vauxhall Tigre? Yeah, it's a good question. They only ran it for a short time, didn't they? They were cool little cars. They were quite fun. But yeah, they didn't replace it with a replacement model when they ran out. It just disappeared, which is a shame. Hang on, am I catching up right? Peugeot Dude and Son, you bought the 505 GTI that was sat in a garden on the North Circular. You've now got that car. Can you comment below and confirm that? Oh, thank you very much indeed. 40k subs, that was fantastic. I thought that was going to come a little sooner, but then subscriptions suddenly slowed down towards Christmas. But we hit the magic number at last, so I'm really, really excited about that. The fact we've hit the 40,000 mark. So now we're on for 50,000. So try and get that by sort of summertime or Easter or something. That'd be really cool. Oh, Joseph, you had the 166 on your channel in February. Crikey, as long ago as that. When I get my Reliant Regal with the Aprilia RSV Mille 1000cc V-twin running, would I be brave enough to take it down the Santa Put? Yeah, if it's not going to fall apart, yes. I'll give anything a go. P38 was BMW, yeah, so he has one. I'm trying to think when Ford owned Range Rover. They were after BMW, weren't they? Early noughties, so that was the L322. Yeah, that was even worse reliability. Oh, thanks, John. That's very kind of you. 308, very reliable. That's good to hear. Will I be keeping the 740? For the time being, certainly. I've got some plans for trips and things in the 740, so we can actually use that. Mercedes, I want to get that looking nice, getting it on the road. I haven't found a decent Mercedes breakers yet, to be honest. No, I haven't done much Citroen content just because I haven't really found many Citroens. A lot of what I do is because when cars turn up and people offer them or I find them at car dealers, then I'll go and do it. And it tends to be that I've got enough cars that are coming in that way that I don't get a chance to go and chase after things I'm specifically looking for. And often when I've got cars turning up at dealers, then I do them quickly because I know that they'll sell fast, and I've got cars that are waiting on the back burner, which I know are with owners, and they kind of get neglected, not because I want to neglect them, but because I know that the cars at dealers are going to be gone in a few days' time. So, so yeah, that's how things are. Where are we at? But I'll break the 100,000 easy this time next year. It'll be nice if I did. Oh, Psycho, hello. Oh, Psycho. Posting parcels to me on the 2nd, the 9th of December. And they've not turned up, no. Tell you what, the woman at the post office did say that there was horrific hold-ups at the sorting offices. And the parcel from Frank, which is that little ratchet thing, that was sat in the Midlands for about a week or 2 weeks, actually, because you can track it. Everything's so slow at the moment. What are the thoughts between a Nissan Patrol and a Land Cruiser? Oh, crikey. I think it's pretty specialist information, which is beyond my scope of knowledge there, Alex. Need to do a three-way test on those to kind of find out. Would I consider looking for a Citroen XM? I don't know, I wouldn't rule it out. I probably wouldn't go hunting for one in particular. I do like them, but it's not high on my list. I've got so many other cars that are above on my list that it'd be a case of if one turned up and it was the right price, rather than I go out searching eBay for one. Hello, Sting. Is that the actual Sting? Favourite car brand? I think we know that's Alfa Romeo, don't we? Oh, the SD1 and CVPI, they were good fun videos, actually. Both great fun to make. Citroen DS21, beautiful. A little underpowered, but would love to own one day. Persia, thank you much indeed. That'd be really cool. You got the email, haven't you? Review of Citroen DS5. Well, I'm hoping that Citroen will start lending me cars this year, then I can. Hello, Rover Joe. How are you? I'm all right, thank you. 140 era Merc S-Class. Oh, they're cool. Massive monsters and nice and cheap, actually. But good, cheap luxury barge to own. Oh, hello. As Rich says, Mercedes breaker specialist in Rushden, Northants. That's good to know. Google that later. Alvis TE21. Very pretty old car. You're just throwing me names now, aren't you, Jason? Yeah, there's always W123 parts on eBay. That's why I've not gone searching for breakers. Most of the bits I've got for it so far have been off eBay. Even the rebuild kits for the fuel distributor have been eBay specials. Steve, thank you much indeed. I hope you have a good year as well. Will I ever do a motorcycle project? I might do a pre-war or something, but I can't ride, so probably not. Roger, thank you much indeed. It was a big landmark to make. With Modern Mondays, where does my heart lie? Finances aside, new or old? I prefer old cars, really, but it's interesting driving new cars to compare the difference. Golden Croc, yeah. I resemble that accusation. Well, my dad's got one as well, so he tows a lot of stuff for work, so I missed what John started saying halfway through a sentence there. Yeah, got some good local dealers around here. Some really 3 or 4 really good dealers. I've sort of filled my my inventory of cars to drive. Mercedes or BMW or Volvo or Saab or Jaguar or Lexus? Volvo or Merc? Adam, Happy New Year to you as well. Hello, Philip. How are you? Hope you're well. Happy New Year. Review a Merc W202. I've done the 203. I haven't done the 202 yet, have I? Or have I? No, I haven't. Mercedes W202. Hang on. No, I've not done a 202 yet. I'll double check that quickly. Yeah, the Tomcat's staying, and 145 staying as well, because I've wanted a 145 for absolutely years, and so now I've finally got one, and now paid a fortune to get it fixed. That is staying on the fleet for a while. Have I ever driven a Leyden International bus? And no, I have been offered a couple of buses actually. So I'm hoping to get them well, around a private estate when I can be in a vehicle with someone else to talk me through it. Have I got any service manuals for 145? No, I haven't got any instructions whatsoever for one, so everything I do on it is playing it by ear. Any more videos on the Minder Capri? It's up to classic car restorations down at Herne Bay to get some more work done on it, because the last time I saw it, the last update, they kind of moved it into paint, but they hadn't done very much assembling it. So now it's when they get things assembled, I can go down and see it again. Because they've got lots of other projects on for other customers, obviously it has to fit in amongst those. Oh, Persia dude, have a nice evening, have the family well, and Happy New Year. Oh, brilliant. Rover Joe, he emailed me about a Rover 75 asking if I would like to take it on as a project, but the convertible was taking far too much time at that time to consider adding another Rover to the fleet, because it's in danger of being scrapped. But that's good to know. If someone has saved it, hope it's back on the road very shortly. It didn't look like it needed a great deal of work, to be honest. So that'll be a nice, hopefully nice, easy project for him. Nice, another one saved. I don't know, the alternator belt was a funny one. I think maybe because it's got power steering and that messes up the listings on it. But generally things are fairly straightforward. You can get wings for quite a good price off eBay, and you get a lot of other components for it. Hope we can review a Volvo 780 Coupe. Yes, so do I actually. I really want to drive that one of those Bertoni things. Steve, Happy New Year to you. Peter, I will try and keep it all going as long as I can. Where am I at? Talking about cars on my wish list, which cars will be way up on my wish list? I think everyone kind of knows that. It's a Ford Crown Victoria, Austin 7 or another pre-war car of some kind. And I'd love a Cord, but they're a bit pricey at the moment. Stick a Brabus V12 in the W123. Do you know what, if I was going to engine swap the W123, I'd probably electrify it, because that'd be quite a fun one to do. Ford era Jaguar X-Type or XJ? I'll go for the XJ. Did I approach the likes of Stone Cold? I've worked for Classic Car Weekly for a long time, doing the chasers, the up for grabs section in the back, reviewing cars at dealers as part of my regular work. So I knew a lot of these people anyway through that. So that's how it was kind of easy to step into talking to them, saying, can I now also, as well as reviewing the car for the magazine, can I also do a video on it? So that was a handy stepping stone. Would I ever go for a Rover 800 or 820 Vitesse Turbo? Yeah, I think they're beautiful cars. I'd love one of those. In fact, if I had a big enough barn, I'd try and fill it out with the entire Rover range, one of everything. You like the catastrophes? Well, yeah, John, you'll have to move the cars on like the Volvo, otherwise the channel, keep the channel moving. Yeah, it's true. Unfortunately, unless I get a massive car park somewhere, can't keep them all. What's the problem? And then if I don't sell any of them, the channel stagnates. So hello, Matt Jones. How are you? So yeah, that's a problem. You do kind of fall for the cars and get kind of attached to them, but ultimately, can't keep them all. So a bit tricky, really. So I'm getting lost in the comments again. It always happens. Should I open a parcel from Psycho? Open it with a stick. How do you sell your cars when you're ready to move them on? I don't know. The last few cars I've sold, I think, have been on eBay actually, but I haven't really sold many cars. I tend to hang on to them a lot. A few people have emailed specifically about cars in the fleet, saying if I do sell it, could I give them a thought? And I'd have to go and search my emails pretty hard, because I can't remember. I should have made notes at the time. Alex, Happy New Year, and you're welcome. Depeche Mode music. You were on Lloyd Vehicle Consulting's chat as well the other day, weren't you? Northern Ireland County Armagh, and I've seen a London taxi. I mean, one of the new London taxis, the electric ones. They are very popular. They're good fun. Have I ever been to Aylesford Priory Car Show? Yes, I have. That's a really good show, actually. I went to one of the early ones when there's only sort of a dozen cars in the field, and now suddenly you can't get in. The traffic queues are ridiculous for it. Jason says, but surely only real scum drive buses. It's less bad now. In joke there, sorry. Did my clamp pliers arrive? No, they haven't. No, you spoiled the surprise now. Because you and a couple of other people said you posted stuff and it didn't show up because the postal service was just in such a backlog. So I need to go back and check next week after New Year and see what's turned up. Because I checked like the day before Christmas Eve. I went down to the post office, sorting office to give it as long as possible before I did the last members video. And hardly anything at all. Only 2 things had arrived. Yeah, the cabriolet, that was always going to go. The thing is, I like Rover R8s, but I'm not a big cabriolet fan. I'm not really one for being out. I like a hardtop car more than an open top one, so that one was always going to be a save it and then move it on. But yeah, you're right. Hopefully the videos will make enough to cover the difference between what I lose in selling it. Yeah, Trab, I hope 2021 is a better year as well. Although this year, it turns out, looking back retrospectively, worked quite well. Hello, Germany. How are you? Hope you're well. Hello, or any fools and horses? Hello, all the way. Favorite curry? Chicken kashmir with a Peshawar naan, or Peshawar naan. I can never pronounce that. What do I think about the Austin Allegro estate? Underrated, awkward looking, but I would quite like one. One of my dreams for 2021, just keep doing this and the channel to explode a bit more. That'd be quite fun. How much horsepower did I get for my 2.4 JTD? In the Alpha 156 I had it in, we got it to 201 horsepower. In the 159, I think we got it, what did we get to? It was quite a lot actually, it was like 230 or 240. We had to dial it down because it was making too much smoke, but it was making, it's more than that actually. 0 to 60 on it's 5.9 seconds in a four-wheel drive version. Yeah, they were really tunable. They are really tunable engines. I've talked too long and missed loads of comments. Sorry about this. I'm way behind. Not on type anything. Oh crikey! I need to not read any of these, and so I can come back to them in a second. Crikey. Keep away from the Leyland National with a 510 engine in it. Oh, hopefully it won't break on a short drive around a car park. Lucium, you're late. No, it's all right. I'll let you off. You're going to extract a Bonfire Mini. Oh, brilliant. Good luck with that. Audi Sport Quattro. Very cool. Very fast. Very valuable now. 850 T5 would be awesome, yes. As a Tigra owner, I can say it's not a shame. Okay. So not the most reliable cars. Maybe that's why they never replaced the Tigra. Lots of electrical gremlins there. A low mileage Ibiza 1.8 20 valve. Don't think I have. I think the only Ibiza I've done is that GTI I did recently. Electric Mercedes W123. No, it's not a brilliant engine to start with. It's very smooth, but it's not powerful or fast. So, and it's meant the idea of a W123 is just be smooth and quiet and unnoticed in terms of engine. So it would actually quite suit it well. What will be my dram of choice this evening? Probably some Baracladic. Try saying that after a couple of Baracladics. Or maybe, yeah, there's a Japanese one I've got downstairs as well. Although it's actually a Sainsbury's IPA tonight. Hello from West London. Yeah, Quentin hopefully will pass an MOT before too long. Oh, your dad's cousin runs Gloria Coach Works. I need to go and pay them a visit. It'd be nice to do a workshop walk around there. Have I driven a Toyota Crown S110? Not that one actually. No, I haven't. Oh yeah, 156 to 180 bhp. That's not bad. Was that the 175 or the 200 or the? Was it 115 or 175? The two standard bhps on the 156. So fast. Yeah, mine did 155,000 miles. Never had a problem. Brilliant car. Wish I could get that car back, but I don't think it's on the road anymore. Ordered a book called The Enthusiast's Guide to Austin Allegro. Oh wow. I need to go and find that. That looks quite fun. I mean, I just bought the Metro and Rover 200 books recently as well. So yeah. It's sad Vauxhall Opel was sold to PSA. Was Opel sold as well? Was it just? I think it was just Vauxhall. I think Vauxhall hadn't made a profit in a couple of decades, so now they do actually have the chance to do some good work now. It is sad, but it's been a foreign-owned company for a while. It's been a subsidiary of Opel for a while, so it looks like they've actually got a chance to stand on their own and potentially blossom under PSA. So it could be quite exciting. Rover Joe just fitted some Alpines to his Rover 200 R8, which is exactly what I've got in the front of mine as well. And yeah, they do sound really good. Considered a Ford Probe or Scorpio. My granddad had a Scorpio as his last company car. I hated it at the time, but now I'm kind of looking back a bit. I wouldn't mind having one. Yeah, plan for the Rover V8 is to get a 6-speed manual, not a CVT. I think you've got a bit of an oxymoron going on there, and a nice CVT. Toyota Camry, boring but sensible, very good cars in that respect. More hats ASAP, please. It's cold. Do you know what? I've ordered hats. I've ordered the black ones as we had before, and I've ordered the new grey ones with the little circle logo on, about 2 centimeters or so. Waiting for them to arrive, but Christmas shut down. Should have ordered them sooner. Thinking of buying a sport car, but they rot quite badly. Crikey, yes they do. My thoughts are, yes, check them so thoroughly. I've bought in the past, I've never driven a KA, but I've bought 2 of them in order to flip them. Both of them turned out to have horrific rust. They go in the sills. The ones I got were okay in the sills, but they go in the fuel tank and in the area above the fuel tank, so you can't see it on the ground easily. But a sport car, yeah, it's quite a fun thing. Uh, 2019 MG3 giving erratic tyre warnings. I don't know. Have I tried Penderyn Madeira cask? I've tried Penderyn, but I haven't tried Madeira cask. That sounds quite nice, actually. Planning on changing Mondeo Mark III for a Octavia VRS. Yes, VRSs are great fun. Really good cars. Favourite land yacht? Oh, wow. Okay, now you're asking. I would really like, actually, a early 90s Buick Roadmaster with the fake wood on it and the full big engine, 9 seats. One of those. I'd love to have one of those. Yes, I have tried Claver. That's really nice stuff. It's great I bothered to rescue worthy cars. Not many people see them as worthy, so if I don't do it, no one else will. What about a Nissan R33 GTR? Yeah, that's worth a fortune now. Don't think I could afford to buy one. I'd certainly like to drive one if someone lent me one for the day. What's my favourite year for cars? Well, that's a very specific question. It would probably be somewhere in the mid-90s. I'd have to sit down and think about it. But yes, probably about 95, 96, maybe when the 156 come out. Oh, Russet Brown Allegro Estate. That's peak Allegro if it's Russet Brown. Oh yeah, the leaky roof video, that put me back pretty badly in terms of subscriber numbers. Oh, Laser Capri, excellent. Well, hopefully it'll warm up soon. You can get polishing. Have I been to Sheerness? I have had the honour of going to Sheerness before, yes. Disproportionate number of Matthews online tonight. We all congregated in one place. The ones with the Volvo, which it was a nice car to save. Saab 900 would be a suitable replacement. It'd have to be a 900, early 900 turbo if I was going to replace it though. Oh wow, Psycho, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'll have to go and check that on Monday. Wonder if Aylesford Priory Car Show will be on in 2021? Good question. Let's hope so. Looking for a starter classic. Got to be 1970s and British. Any recommendations? Look at the Triumphs. The 1300 pre-Dolomite. They were good solid cars, and they got the front and rear wheel drive option on them, which is very strange. They launched it as a front wheel drive. The public didn't like it, so they re-engineered it as a rear wheel drive and relaunched it. But those are good cars, and they're not too expensive either. If you want something a bit more sporty, TR7s. They are undervalued for what they are. Very simple to work on, nice, as reliable as British 70s cars get. Yeah, go Triumph, because there's not a great deal of scene tax on them. Happy New Year, Portsmouth. So I'm now reading backward through comments, so if it gets confusing, bear with me. Happy New Year, Tom. How are you? It's Tom Daly. Car. I've always pronounced it K-A, but yeah, some people say it's car, like the Egyptian. Is that a letter or is it God? Hello, Greece. Happy New Year. Yes, I did say Buick Roadmaster wagon. Yes, the full Woody wagon. I was originally going for the Caprice wagon, which is the same car, but apparently the Roadmaster gets more equipment. There's one for sale in England at the moment, £13,000, which is steep, as you can still pick them up in America for about 3,000 or 4,000, but then you've got to ship them over, which adds a few thousand to the bill. Have I watched Savage doing Salvage Garage? Yes, they're up in Sheerness. Allegra Equip was an excellent car. Yeah, that's the one that Johnny Smith's rescuing, isn't it? I have another tomorrow. Wow. Those got the cool graphics on those, isn't they? I'd love to see a Vauxhall Carlton being reviewed. Yeah, I'd love to do a Carlton as well, actually. Rubbish Mechanics Granada was a fantastic car, a really well sorted Granada. Out of all my cars I've had, what's been the favourite and the worst? I think that video I did earlier in the year kind of covered that really. My favourite would be a toss up between the Alpha 156 or my Rover 2000. The worst was by far the BMW 5 Series E60. Old cars and whiskies are a better combination, but not at the same time. No, not when you're doing welding either. Oh, next video is tomorrow morning. Thanks for the memories in the year. Well, it's been fun doing it because a lot of memories for me as well. Hello, Darren. Sorry, I'm skimming back because I seem to lose. So someone has very generously. Oh, we go. Oh, Scott Davey, thank you very much indeed. Cheers to you. Happy New Year. That's got a super chat when someone hits that button down there. I really do appreciate that. That pays for the many things that this channel requires. Not just tea and beer and biscuits, mostly MOTs and bits of cars. Happy New Year from West Yorkshire. Hello, Andy Volvo. How are you? Ah, yeah, John loved the TR7 ahead of its time. Yeah, the look really kind of was Marmite at the time, but it's grown into its looks over the years. Oh, Fleetwood J, Happy New Year to you. Oh, thanks for watching. So there's a tech conversation going on between 2 or 3 people here now how to reset the tyre pressure monitors on a 2019 MG3. Had a 1500 Allegro VDP in the mid-80s. Ah, the luxury one. That did have the tables on the back, didn't it? I'd love to see a Maserati on the channel. Yeah, I would love to as well. Do you know what? You know, the list of cars I probably ought to buy in the next year or so, a Maserati is up there because there are some terrific bargains of cars that are probably something you really need to not buy because it's just a massive, beautiful headache. I'm really hoping the Italian car day is back on at Brooklands this year, because that was cancelled, obviously. It was the last one that was on in 2019. I took the Alpha 145 down to, and I was hoping to get back to it this year. But if I could turn up in a Maserati to it next year, that would be fantastic. I don't really care which model. I think the generation but 2 ago Quattroportes are about as cheap as they get, and they're good looking too. Michael, happy to see the 145 back on the road. Still miss yours, but not the repair bills. Yeah, that's one thing I'm not enjoying with it, because I've just had to buy a thermostat for it, which is 70 quid for some reason, because thermostats should be about £4, but somehow it's 70, and it still needs a cam belt. I say needs, it probably needs, but I can't figure out when the last one was changed, so it's a precautionary cam belt, but it's still, more money. Oh, my Mark 1 Suzuki Swift, that was a great first car. Oh, there's Rubbish Mechanic on here as well tonight. Hello, how are you? If you're here. Opinions on Mark 3 MX-5. Oh, for a first car, that's brilliant for a first car. Just be careful in the wet. They're not too tail happy. They've got, traction control and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they're great fun cars. They're really one of the most communicative cars you can drive. Everything else will be a letdown after that, though, for the rest of your driving career. I will warn you now. I saw a TR7 Ferrari F40 kit car on eBay. Wow, that is probably not to class. Oops. Ah, James, you're here. Hello, Mr. Rubbish Mechanic. Hope you're well. Volvo P1800 Estate. Yeah, they're very nice. I prefer the coupe look, though. If you're going to have an estate car, then not many prettier ones than a P1800. Have I done a Vectra C review? And would I own one? I've not reviewed any Vectras. I've only driven rental Vectras, and based on those experiences, I would not own one. Insignia, I think, is quite a good-looking car, but I've not driven many of them. Yeah, because was it B or a C? I had an Alpha 146, and that when I got given a Vectra as like a courtesy car. And one particular bend I used to barrel into nice and fast in the Alpha and enjoy the corner. I did the same thing in the Vectra and nearly died. How do I manage to do all this content with a family? For patience, give them an iPad and hopefully they're okay. It's going to be a bit tricky over the next few weeks now, because the kids aren't going back to school, obviously, as we now found out as of yesterday. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to manage to do things over the next few weeks, because I've got lots of work to do in the garage on the cars. But if I've got to be babysitting, because my wife she's going back to work regardless, so because my work's more flexible, I'm stuck at home. So that's going to be interesting how much I can do that. I think the childminder is going to have to be childminders are going back to work even though schools aren't, so I might well be doing that. Oh gosh, too many comments. Oh, Psycho, thank you very much indeed. I really appreciate that. Thank you for watching the content. So I appreciate that even more. We'll definitely go towards the convertibles MOT next week. How about a 1996 Mitsubishi Lancer? Oh gosh, I haven't driven a Lancer in a long time. From a passionate smoker. I owned it for 17 years. Not recommendable. Now that's going to take a few smoke bombs to get the smell of that out for 17 years worth. Mark 3 MX-5 2-litre versions have traction control. Later ones post 2008 handle better. Had a 2006 and didn't like it. Okay. Yes, in the Netherlands, the Buick Roadmaster was a common hearse. So the Caprice I drove back at Halloween was as well. You can buy them over here for about 5,000 euros. No one's looking for a hearse. But that's before tomorrow night, the Brexit thing, so maybe a bit too late. Yeah, import duty has suddenly become a thing from Europe. Top 3 cars to own be a Fiat 500, Renault 4 and Suzuki WizKit. I assume you mean the classic Fiat 500 and Renault 4. Obviously not as new Renault 4. Insurance for an MX-5, not as bad as you think, about 1,100. Crikey, that's worse than I thought. but then I'm older than you, I guess. So really need to review a Mark 1 Volvo C70 Coupe. Yeah, someone did have one actually. I was talking to them at the beginning of the year about driving it. The first car was a Mark 3 Escort Estate with 2 doors and a 1.1 litre engine. Run but an awful car. Do you know what? I nearly got a car, a 1.3, but apart from that, identical when I got my Rover 2000. We looked at the 2000 and we looked at an orange Mark 3 3-door Estate, which I'm sure was a 1.3, but the handbrake was seized on the Escort, so we never took it for a test drive and we bought the Rover instead. Tom, you're not a channel member or Patreon, are you? Because yes, I did get a package from you, and that's on the Patreons and channel members video, which is out at the moment, because I've been doing the thing where I'm doing questions and stuff from Patreons and members, and then video to them, and then to everyone else next month. I think from next month I might just do it so I'm taking the questions from Patreons and channel members only, but then putting the video out to everybody. So I'll kind of combine last month's video and next month's video and just put one video out, because it's becoming confusing. It's done 3 times and already it's confusing me as to what I have and haven't done. It's just a lot of work. But yes, I did get it. Thank you very much. I didn't realise you weren't a member. Otherwise, I thought you would have seen it. So yes, thank you very much indeed. It's behind the camera. And there's 2 wires to plug in the iPhone and the light in, so I can't go and get it. Did I ever photograph any total Vauxhall cars or know the editor Dougie? Yes, I did to both. Yes, back in the day. One of the most memorables actually was down at Brooklands, not long after they got the Concorde in, and we shot an Astra. I think it was black, and I forget what the mods were to it. And we shot it under the Concorde engine. That was really cool. You know, Dougie Rankin. I think he works in either Truck Magazine or Actual Trucking now, because he's up in Glasgow way. I can't remember, but I still sort of know him on Twitter and things. Can borrow my 1994 E-Class 3.2 Sportline convertible? Yes, please. Drop me an email. The email address is down below. Go back to the TR7 done up as an F40. An F40 done up as a TR7. That I would pay to see. Why not do a fleet swap with hub nuts? Do you know what? I think we actually were kind of half thinking of doing something, not a fleet swap, but maybe sort of meeting halfway to review a car of each other's, because he's in Wales and I'm in Kent, so it's about as far apart as you can get, really. But obviously 2020 happened, all the great plans we had. Oh, Frank, I'm glad you approve of that, because yeah, I've been thinking about it all day today, actually, giving it far too much thought. But yeah, just take the questions only from members and Patreons, and then everyone gets to see everything. BMW 7 Series F01, very luxurious car, but I'm not sure about reliability. What car do you think shouldn't deserve the hype it got? Some of the more recent BMWs I've not thought lived up to the hype particularly. A lot of technology, a lot of lack of reliability. What do I think about the Alfa Romeo 75? I think they're absolutely fabulous cars. You've got the transaction in the back for great weight distribution, just odd looks that make it really stand out. Amazing handling, amazing engine, get with the V6, all the twin spark, both amazing. Yeah, I'd love one. Hello from Cairo, Egypt. Blimey, wow, we are getting around the world tonight. What is my opinion on the Alfa 155 Q4? Oh, wow, and the Lancia Delta Integrale. I think they're both fantastic. The 155 is kind of TPO based. I'm not sure the Delta is... Oh, did I say Dedra? Dedra or Delta? Funny you should mention the 155 Q4. I've actually got a copy of a magazine called Auto Italia in the car at the moment. I think it's last month's copy, and there's actually a review of the 155 Q4 in it. They're amazing. They're real subtle compared to kind of the styling mods that I would get today. They're very subtle indeed. They're very discreet cars, but they just drive brilliantly, going up a lot in value as well. A Maserati Biturbo from the 1980s. Oh yeah, fantastic. The reliability would just be terrifying. Be scared to turn it on. MX-5 with a 302 Ford small block and a supercharger. No, just ruin the handling. The thing about the MX-5s is the way they're designed is for extreme lightness. You throw in a big iron block like that, you just ruin the car. It's not about power, it's about control. It's not babysitting when it's your own kids. Okay, you're great. Bit hard to drive with something. Oh yeah, Joseph Lloyd also drove the Granada. He was less happy with the gearbox than I was, but I kind of grew up with those kind of gearboxes, so it's a bit more natural for me. Pay granny to keep the kids? No, I don't think you're allowed to do that, are you? Because you can pay a childminder, but you can't have a family member. Those rules make perfect sense. I've missed a few bits there. Sorry, I'm scrolling back. I've talked and I've lost. Oh, sorry. The reason it's saying about the price of being insured on a Mark 1 MX-5 or an MX-5 for the first car, someone didn't think you managed to get insured in it, but would love to be testing. Would love to see a test on a Volvo S40 or V50. Yeah, it'd be cool to do those. Can I review an Austin Mini? Do you know what? There's someone I know who's got a big collection of Minis and Metros and that kind of thing, and I was going to go and spend a day driving a few of those back in the summertime, but obviously never happened. I wonder what the entire back catalogue of all cars of all my... Hang on, you need to rephrase that one. I wonder what the entire back catalogue of cars all my followers have had is... Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be quite a big car park. How's House Workshop Hunt going on? No, not well at the moment. Nothing has come to light yet. Yeah, just regarding Tigras and convertibles, there's not the market for them. Well, convertibles maybe. I mean, they even did a convertible Evoque. Is that still on the market? Overlux Restorations, thank you very much indeed. I very much appreciate that. I think we've pretty much got enough to MOT the convertible next week. Tonight. John, thank you very much indeed. I appreciate that sentiment. Join up. Have you ever borrowed a car to review then found out they'd lent it to someone else to review too? I've borrowed cars. I've actually done a couple of things with Joseph Lloyd from Lloyd's Vehicle Consulting, where we've both gone out together and borrowed a car on the same day and both driven it, and I've filmed it for him. That's kind of knowingly. When in the magazine world, sort of doing that kind of double shooting thing is really kind of a real no-no. Magazines don't want a car that someone else has shot, so we always question people, has this car ever been in a magazine before? And occasionally people have not been entirely truthful. You've gone and shot a car and it's turned up in a magazine and it's already been in a magazine. The editors haven't been happy. And there are some cars that are famous cars, so you're always going to be treading on someone else's footprints. Oh, of course, it's Mr. Lloyd's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Mr. Lloyd. I've had a good day. Have I ever driven a Volvo 440 or 460? A friend of mine used to have a 440. It's a shame we sold it a while ago because that would have been a great car to be doing testing now. I did test his Honda FRV though, so it was the six-seater Honda. What car should I get as my second car budget of 5,000? Well, that depends what kind of car you like. Need some more details there. Do you like sports cars? Do you like off-roading? Do you want something like a camper type thing? Give me some more specifics. Hijacking the chat with cider. No, that's never a bad thing to do. Super. Oh, met Dougie a few weeks ago. Found out his former editor. Oh, okay. What beer is it? It is a Sainsbury's own brand American style IPA, which is actually quite nice, quite light. Do I read books? Yes, I read a lot of books. Used to get books out of the local library until lockdown happened. Used to work at a newspaper. We got loads of review books in, so I have stacks of books, and yeah, I spend a lot of time in Waterstones and places like that. Yeah, that's not exactly a guilty pleasure, but if you can see the books behind me, these are all sort of factual car books. The other side of the room is just all complete wall of other stuff, novels and things. Hello, BMC Workshop. Blimey, combine Renault 14 from 1977 for only €900 with an MOT. Could that be a good daily classic? Would it be difficult to keep on the road in terms of rarity? I don't think it shares body parts with anything at all. Mechanical parts, it's probably just stock Renault, but I'll do a quick check on that before I committed to it. €900, that's a bargain with an MOT on it. As long as you've serviced it and wax oiled it, that's the big thing. If you're going to daily it all through the year, make sure you've painted it everywhere so it's not going to rust. And double check you can get stuff like oil filters. But now that'd be a cool car to be using if you're not doing massive miles. Thank you for showing how difficult and rewarding it is. It's a mixture of both. Joseph, you're doing another live stream tomorrow. You won yesterday, didn't you? How's Terry the Capri going? I don't think he's had much update since the last progress. Looking at the Resto Shop's Facebook and Instagram pages over Christmas, and I think he's been doing a couple other small jobs on other cars because he's got other customers' cars in there as well. I think he's doing a bit of a over Christmas tidy up of the paint shop, but I don't think he's done much assembly on Terry the Minder Capri over the last couple of weeks yet. Is the red wing getting resprayed? Or am I going to do all the rest of the car red as well? No, it needs a new bonnet as well because the bonnet is actually rusty up underneath, and I've got a second-hand bonnet for it, or James Nitro Sylvia has for it, and so I'm going to have the front end painted once the hood's on. Oh, okay. This is Maxidine. Thinking of buying a daffodil. Crikey, those are so rare over here, but I guess they're more common where you are. Selling the MG midget. Well, if you don't go on with it, I mean, I find I can only drive MG midgets if I've got like race shoes on because the pedals are too small for me. Well, hopefully, if the owner knows you've brought it back to life and now it's going to a good home, they wouldn't mind. Drink, okay. Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Yeah, I've never read that. It's one of those titles that have always amused me. I think that's mentioned in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, isn't it? Ever thought of doing the NC500? I have thought about it so thoroughly. I've actually done it already. I don't know if you saw the video I did back in lockdown about driving Route 66 with my friend Barry. We actually did this NC500 about 3 years ago now, I think it must be. And I was going to go and do another sort of talk through slideshow kind of thing when we can get together and do it again. That was a really cool trip. We borrowed a BMW, what was it? Not an M2, it's an M135i, I think it was. That was a great fun car to borrow. Really got to enjoy the roads in that thing. Dougie was Total Vauxhall back in the day. I didn't know he got a new YouTube channel actually. Showing old Cavaliers, Novas and Vectras. Oh yeah, brilliant. I was going to look up for that. If you know the name of it, and post it in a second. That's Dougie Rankin. He used to be editor at Total Vauxhall magazine back in the day. Have I ever owned or driven a Zara Picasso? No, I haven't either. There is one that lives local to me. I've seen it in a home-based car park, and it's on air ride suspension. It's really quite cool. They're not a bad-looking car. I think they're quite practical. I don't know a lot about them. John, you retired before Christmas. That's some cool cars you got there. I had there. Do I think I'll ever take Hubnut's latest projects out for review? Well, once lockdowns and tiers and things are not a problem, then I really do hope I can do. Yeah, that'd be really cool to do that. Oh, David Jones, welcome. You're another furious driver. Join the club. And Matthew Smith, hello. Thank you very much indeed. That's a super chat. Really do appreciate it. That's going in the T fund. Would I recommend a Volvo like mine, or 700, 900 series, as a first-time classic daily driver? Yeah, they're really simple, really solid. Do check them for rust because they do have not big rust problems because they're meant to be galvanized, but as I've found out, it's not necessarily the most effective. So checking the footwells mostly under where they basically under where your feet go, and they collect water in there, and the boots leak quite badly. But no, they're really good. They're nice and simple, reliable. If they're well serviced, they will do a 250,000 miles or more, and they're simple to drive, they're comfortable, they're loaded with equipment for the time, so electric windows, heated seats, that kind of stuff. They're nice to drive and they are safe. So yeah, definitely, absolutely. If I wasn't doing such big miles as a regular daily car, I'd consider using it as a daily driver. Oh, Fleetwood J, did you just become a Furious driver, or have I gone back and missed? Welcome aboard. Thank you much indeed for joining. What's my favourite automobile designer? Someone else asked it earlier, and I kind of skimmed over it and was going to come back to it. What do I think of David Bach, or Bach? He is up there as one of my favourite car designers. Because he designed the Rover P6, he did the SD1, he did the first Range Rover. I think he's a bit of a design genius. I'm also quite partial to, believe it or not, Chris Bangle's work, because he did things like the Alfa 145, the Fiat Coupe. This is actually a series I've been thinking about doing as a series for later on in the year, sort of great car designers, because there are some really interesting people out there. And mine's gone blank for a second. The guy who did the Mini, the new Mini, and the Fiat 500, and amongst other things, I'm a big fan of his work, and he's got a really good YouTube channel too. My mind will come back to him in about 10 minutes' time. I'll suddenly yell out his name for without warning. Where are we? Is Nitro Silvia pronounced Nitro Silva or Sylvia? I think it's Sylvia, like the Nissan, but I always say Silva because I'm lazy and bad at talking. Would I trade any cars with Hubnut? Probably not. I mean, his car tastes are a bit different to my car taste. He likes the kind of small esoteric cars. I like slightly larger esoteric cars. At the moment, I don't know. Maybe would have swapped him for the City Rover. I mean, that's a terrible example of a terrible car, but I would quite like to have one, just to say I've had one. Yeah, so Lloyd's Vehicle Consulting did a live chat on the 28th. I thought you'd done one a couple of days ago, because I commented on it. FRV, yes, it was a Honda FRV. I always remember the promo photo that looked like a child's severed head in the middle of the dash. I'll have to go and Google that later. What was the NC500 like? It was brilliant. It's some amazing driving roads up there. There's some areas around Inverness that have got what do you call them? Average speed cameras that are set like 1 mile an hour above the speed limit, which make driving on those main roads pretty stressful. And apparently, since I've done it, they've put in some more speed cameras and speed traps and things, which makes it again a bit more stressful. So you're concentrating more on the speed rather than the road and the views. But I don't think it's because of me specifically. I think the West Coast was absolutely amazing. The southern bit was just astonishing. The locks are just incredible, and then he's going to go up and there's some amazing views, amazing scenery and coves. And the northern bit was just a real rugged coastline. And we did it over about 4 days, I think. The East Coast, that's the least exciting bit, I would say, because that's quite industrial. But it's quite cool looking at it, the oil rigs being built and maintained. Yeah, definitely worth a do. You can also tie it into the Great Distilleries tour as well, so you can get a little book to stamp and go and visit. We actually sort of planned our route to go via a few distilleries too. What Depeche Mode music was spamming me, but he was slipping on the keyboard. Once Driven Forever Smitten, Dougie's channel. I'll have to go and watch that later on tonight. John, are you watching 5 minutes behind? That's confusing. So am I, unfortunately. I got a 1932 Morris Minor back on the road, and it's absolutely brilliant. Can only assume the car drive earlier in the year wasn't set up right. I don't think it was. Have you got the pedals in the backwards order, so the accelerator is on in the middle and the brake is on the right, same as the one I drove was? Because obviously that's how it was set up. I don't know when they changed over to the more standard arrangement, but no, mine was not running well at all. I did cough out a couple of times during the test. Thoughts on V8 swapping a W123 with a Merc W117 560 engine? That'd be quite a cool car actually. I think it has been done because they're so plentiful, the W123s. That's I think if you search online, you will find ones that have been done before. I think it's a very, very successful upgrade because everything just fits. Frank Stevenson, thank you. Renault 14 is €900 because there's some rust on the underside of the doors. Oh, okay. Paint faded, but that's not a big deal. Lots of French dents. French parking. Needs a paint job. 5,000 miles a year, that'd be fine. Yeah, that's nothing. That's what I do in a month normally. Yeah. As long as the rust isn't too serious, and if you can tackle it expensively, go for that. Yeah, fantastic. That'd be a really cool car to daily. Currently restoring a Honda Civic VTI MB6. Yeah, drop me an email. I've got a couple of Civics that people have emailed me about. If it's not the same version as I've already got online, got what do you call it? In the line, you know what I mean? Then yes, that'd be really cool. Yeah, you've got my email address, haven't you, down below? But you know, I'll give you my address because you've emailed me previously. SD1, one of my all-time favourite car shapes. Mine too. It's fantastic. Spray the rest red. Yeah, Nightfire is a great colour, although with a red roof that'd be a bit much. This is the convertible, I think. The Volvo is a lovely car to be in. Favourite car-related acronyms. I love the Toyota Sport one, the turd. Makes me smile. Okay, this is the worst joke of the year award going to. I can't. You said the other day on someone else's channel, I say your name wrong. Furkan Kavsa. When the mine Capri burnt down, they must have said, "We need water, man." Get out. Hello, Rio de Janeiro. Blimey. Oh, thank you for watching them all. I really do appreciate that. Got to pop off at 10:45. Crikey, we've been on for 76 minutes. I'm going to have to pop off myself in a minute. Oh, dear me. Yeah, I need to go and meet up with Barry. I should have done the video talking about the NC500 when I had the taxi because it's got an intercom in the back of it. So I could have sat in the front and the back and talked across the intercom. Been indoors in the warm. Just found an Invacar for 1,500 quid. Would I buy it? Probably not. I've already got enough projects as it is. What happened to the Mercedes project? Nothing's happened to it, basically because it's freezing cold and been raining outside, and I've been trying to sort out building a carport to go over it, so I can sit down and work on it in the dry. But I can't take the cover off because it's pouring rain most of the time. I love the goatee. I just haven't shaved a wig. That was all. Cool shades. I can do cool shades. Looking forward to getting Quentin running soon. Have to go, Maximum. Me too, actually. I've got to go in a few minutes too. But thank you for joining me. Have a great Christmas. Oh, no, yeah, great. Have a great New Year. And I hope 2021 works out very well for you. Fixed drive, ride, flying. Got it there. Happy New Year to you as well. Have I driven any Geely era Volvos? That's the current ones. I haven't yet. No, I've been trying to sort out driving some of those. I think they look quite interesting. I wish they were more saloons, but I've got some nice saloons in the States in there, which is fantastic. They're still supporting that. Yeah, I'm not sure about the whole autonomousness they got kind of going towards them. My wife has left me what car might win her back. Something sensible. Nothing on my drive. I look at everything I drive, and none of that will work. Why are 90s cars increasingly in value? Because of nostalgia. Nostalgia is a very valuable thing. People who are driving their first cars in the 90s are now able to afford to buy cars they couldn't have back at the time, and now it's pushing the prices up. Yeah, W124s are from a good era. Oh, Gavin, David, thank you very much indeed. Oh, from New Zealand. A small contribution for a bit of a part or something. Thank you very much indeed. As I mentioned earlier, get the Rover convertible is going for an MOT next week, so I'll definitely be going in towards that, I should think. Have I reviewed a Porsche 996? No, I've kind of got one lined up that I need to go and do. No snow here, just very, very frosty indeed. I mean, 0 or -1 all day. Someone wants to do the NC500 in a Bedford Rascal panel van. Do you know what, it might be ideal for some of the roads up there because they are so insanely narrow. Might be quite good actually. Sorry for the joke. No, it was worth it. Oh, Nigel, thank you very much indeed. I've just seen you've super chatted £5. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. Happy New Year to you, sir. A few people leaving now. I might be going off as well in a minute because I'm going to have to go and do. I promised my son I would watch some TV with him after I've done this. Frank, Happy New Year. Nigel, Toolbox Tour. You finally got your Toolbox Tour. No, I do like the look of the new, especially the V90 Volvos. They look really cool. Berlingo Multi-Space or Ford Cougar? I'd go for the Berlingo, actually. Child is currently downstairs being occupied with something on telly, so there's going to be no lights flashing and interruption tonight. Car Nerd, yeah, drop me an email down below. I've not done a Lupo, that'd be really cool. Right, 80 minutes. That is kind of my max. I'm surprisingly tired from reading the messages. Capri went from waterman to fireman really quick. Oh dear, oh dear. You're clearly a father with those kind of jokes. That's proper dad joke territory there. Right, I'm going to say good night and Happy New Year. Hope you have a good, safe 2021. And thank you very much indeed for watching. Oh, Cooper, hello. I didn't see your message earlier on. Hope you're right. And yeah, stay safe and thank you for watching. What's my big takeaway from the end of year roundup 2020 video? Basically, thank you for watching. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. I really do appreciate people sitting down and watching the stuff. So, oh, hang on, sorry. Old village garage with friendly ghost who constantly moves your tools or aerodrome on flight path. I think go the aerodrome. That's quite fun. Thank you for watching. If you know anyone who like this kind of channel and do recommend it, I'm going to try and get it to 50,000 before the middle of next year. That'd be really cool. Look after yourselves, everybody. Where's the off button on this thing? An old person on Zoom moment now.